Let's break down persistence, privilege escalation, and covering tracks 1. Persistence. Persistence means creating a way to maintain access to a system even after it reboots or the initial exploit session ends. Without persistence, once the victim restarts their machine or closes a session, access is lost. In Windows, persistence can be achieved by creating backdoors that automatically restart on boot. For example, an attacker might use Metasploit's persistence module with mitapreta. Run persistence -30, DUP as P444 and 1166.101-U makes it start when the user logs in. NAT-I30 makes it reconnect every 30 seconds. NAT-P and MAT-R specify the attacker's listening port and IP. In Linux, persistence can be done by adding a reverse shell script into system startup files like .bashrc or cron jobs so that each reboot automatically calls back to the attacker. Persistence is important for penetration testers because it simulates what a real attacker would do to keep control after the first breach. 2. Privilege escalation. Privilege escalation is the process of moving from a low-level user account to higher privileges, like administrator, Windows, or root, Linux. There are two main types: vertical escalation, gaining higher permissions than your current user, e.g., from a normal user to admin. Horizontal escalation, accessing another user's account with the same privilege level, e.g., moving from one employee's account to another's. Examples: Windows, using unpatched kernel exploits to get system privileges. If you gain access as a normal user, you could load a module like exploit Windows locals bypass UAC to bypass user account control and elevate to administrator. Linux, abusing sudo misconfigurations. If you find a user can run certain commands with sudo without a password, you can exploit that to gain root. Another method is finding services running as root that can be hijacked to execute commands. Privilege escalation matters because most initial exploits only give limited access. To control an entire system, steal sensitive data, or disable security, an attacker needs admin or root rights. 3. Covering tracks. Once persistence and escalation are achieved, attackers often try to erase evidence of their presence to avoid detection. This step is about making their activities harder to trace. Examples: clearing logs. In Windows, an attacker might run clearleave in mitapreta, which clears the event viewer logs. In Linux, they might manually edit or delete log files, like varv log auth.log. Deleting exploit files. If an attacker uploaded scripts or payloads, they remove them after use. Hiding processes. Advanced attackers might disguise malicious processes as legitimate ones, making